week. Today in Iowa, we're reporting our own good news. Unemployment claims dropped last week by more than 3,500 and are down from a high of approximately 205,000 to under 155,000, indicating that 50,000 Iowans are back to work. Iowa's success has always been about turning obstacles into opportunities. From the Dust Bowl of the 30s to the farm crisis of the 80s to last year's record flooding, we overcome adversity together. Neighbor to neighbor, community to community. Iowans have a relentless determination and an uncommon resilience that makes us look beyond today's bumps in the roads and see tomorrow's path to make our state and our lives even better. From the earliest days of this global pandemic, we've taken decisive action to protect the health and safety of Iowans, and we also took critical steps to protect Iowa workers, businesses, and the economy that supports them. Our three-phase approach in responding to COVID-19 has been to stabilize, and with incredible collaboration between our healthcare systems, our public health and EMAs, both state and local, we accomplished what we wanted to do by flattening the curve, protecting Iowans, and really minimizing the chance of overwhelming our healthcare system, which allowed us to move into recovery, which our capacity to test with Test Iowa and the State Hygienic Lab, our robust contact investigation, data, and website has now allowed us to move into the next phase, which is grow, where we'll begin to reevaluate, learn, and to look for opportunities to deliver services to Iowans in a more efficient and effective manner. Although COVID-19 as a public health concern is not over, and we continue to manage it every day, we're well into the recovery phase. And with the beginning of a robust recovery underway, we can approach Iowa's comeback in a number of ways. Before COVID-19, we had a vibrant economy with low unemployment, high workforce participation rate, a robust housing sector, and we had jobs looking for people in almost every single corner of our state. While our farm economy had struggled for several years, it was beginning to stabilize with new trade agreements and markets opening up. Our goal can simply be to return to where we were, which is an ambitious and realistic goal, or we can think bigger and better. And I am a firm believer that obstacles create opportunities. The post-COVID-19 won't be the same as the pre-COVID-19 world. We've all learned how to use Zoom to do everything, from catching up with our grandkids to conduct local Board of Adjustment meetings. Education, healthcare, and so many other sectors of our economy were forced almost overnight to innovate and adapt to survive. Restaurants and retailers had to quickly find ways to keep the customers coming, whether that meant offering delivery and online ordering or developing an entirely new line of products. Our economic comeback is not just about yesterday's goals. It's an amazing opportunity for us to build a better Iowa, to modernize our economy, our education and healthcare systems, our workforce, and our quality of life. Today, by executive order, I am establishing the Governor's Economic Recovery Advisory Board. And this will help us chart a course for Iowa's economic comeback and really capitalize on the opportunities created by the new normal that we've all been talking about for the last few months. This board will be our economic tip of the spear, looking across the spectrum of Iowa businesses and industries and nonprofit organizations to assess the economic impact of COVID-19 and those whose livelihoods have been hit hard by this pandemic, to analyze and recommend recovery and growth efforts, and to identify the opportunities these changes have opened for us to build the next generation of Iowa's economy and workforce. Their work isn't just about moving the economic dial, but also about ensuring the future prosperity of our state is widespread and reaches those workers and communities who too often feel left out even when times are good. This advisory board has an ambitious mission, and I anticipate its work will help set the foundation for our legislative agenda in 2021. Today, I am really pleased to announce that I have appointed Ben McLean, the CEO of Ruan Transportation, to chair my Economic Recovery Advisory Board. Ben will be joined by other equally accomplished business leaders from all corners of our state, including Mary Andringa from Vermeer, Adam Wright, Mid-American Energy, AJ Loss with Bush Construction, Barbara Sloniker, Siouxland Chamber, Dan Houston, Principal Financial, Diane Young, Foundation Analytical Lab, Dr. Suresh Gunasekaran of the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, Emily Smith with Sukup, Nick Bodish with Elite Octane, Randy Edeker with Hy-Vee, and Rosalind Fox with John Deere. This impressive group of business leaders will provide the level of expertise that we need to propel our recovery efforts forward and position us well for growth. They will be joined by state agency directors and other private and private sector professionals who will make up a number of working groups dedicated to specific areas that influence our overall economy.